Hey guys, okay, just watched the Vampire Diaries. Like, if I have tears streaming down my face, that was because it was the most, epic episode. It wasn't, the best episode that I've seen so far, but it definitely was, oh my god, I was crying, because I cry during every episode of this show, every episode, and I'm freaking the fuck out right now. Okay, this review is gonna be pretty quick. I just watched it, literally 5 minutes ago, so it's gonna be fast, and I'm gonna cover the basics and whatever. Okay, first of all, they have everyone rolling around in the sheets in the first 3 minutes of the episode, and I'm just like, okay, this is nice, especially the Stellina parts, because you all know how I am. I ship them. And then Catherine and Mason are rolling around like it was in the previews, and she's talking to him about the Moonstone, like, oh, I'll get it. He told her that she would get it, or that he would get it. What my words are, I'm totally fucking crazy right now. He told Catherine that he would get the Moonstone, and then they'd live happily ever after, and blah blah blah, and all this crap, which is obviously not true. He loves her. I'm getting ahead of myself. I skip parts and everything. I'm just so freaking spazzing about this episode. It was so good, and it was so heartbreaking and shocking, and one of those edge of your seat episodes like it is every time. And I'm so freaking I'm like, oh my god. I don't even know if I want to edit this video, just to whatever. I don't even want to. Okay. He basically, Stefan and Elena, they have to keep it a secret, their relationship, because Catherine is going to know about it, but it turns out that Catherine freaking already knew about them. She's like, oh, how'd you like your little rendezvous with Stefan this morning? And I was just like, I hate her. And I'm so passionate about this show. I'm going spaz freaking tastic right now. Bonnie touched Mason and found out that he hid the Moonstone in the well, and Stefan went to go get it with Elena. She was getting really pissed off because Stefan was excluding her from all of his plans that he was doing. Whatever he was doing, she had no idea what was going on, and it was pissing her off. It was pissing me off because, he, basically, yeah, I didn't tell her anything. He went into the well to get the Moonstone because Bonnie figured out where it was, and the whole well was filled with vervain, and he was just burning up, and his body was on smoking and everything, and I was freaking out because he went in there and he couldn't get out because vervain totally weakens him. And then anyways, Caroline and Bonnie, they kind of worked out their issues with each other and kind of worked together. They went to the well because they heard Elena screaming, so they went to go help her, and Elena ended up going down into the well to save Stefan. He was brought up, and she was stuck in there, trying to find the Moonstone because Stefan couldn't do it himself. And there were snakes slithering around all over in this well, and she was freaking out and trying to get out, and she finally got out, which Mason hid this Moonstone in there, so it really proved, with vervain, so it proves that he didn't trust Catherine. He didn't want her to have the Moonstone. While all this was going on, Damon and Jeremy were at the Salvatore house, and they were torturing Mason, trying to get him to tell them why Catherine was in Mystic Falls, what she wanted with the Moonstone, what it does, and it turns out it will lift the werewolf curse from Mason, and he fully believed that Catherine loved him back, and he loved her, which I believe because Catherine's she has that way with him, and she I'm just so freaking frazzled right now. I'm crying. I'm so excited. Okay, Caroline and her mom kind of had a heart-to-heart, and Caroline's mom told her that she wasn't going to tell her secret, that you could just tell them that you compelled me, and I won't tell your secret because you're my daughter. And I guess that Caroline didn't trust her mom enough, so she compelled her to tell her that she had, and told her that she didn't know anything. She didn't know that Caroline was a vampire, the whole usually compulsion thing like that. And, okay, so Mason pretty much didn't give them the information that they needed, so Damon ripped his heart out. So that was the death. I was like, okay, that's really random, but he hasn't even been on the show that long. The guy who plays him, he hasn't been on the show that long, so I'm kind of like, why is he gone so soon? But Damon called Catherine from Mason's phone, and she was so pissed. You should have seen her face. If you did, you're like, she was pissed that Damon killed Mason. And she's like, oh, you really don't think I have a plan B and C, and you know the alphabet, so I have all these plans. But she really doesn't. She's kind of like, she's kind of stuck where she is because she has no idea what's going to happen. And then she called Elena and told her that she removed all of her vein from the house, like, so Catherine was easily able to compel Jenna. And while they were talking on the phone, Elena and Catherine, Jenna stabbed herself, and I was freaking the fuck out. I was freaking out because I'm like, I thought she was gonna die, and luckily she's fine. She's not dead, but she stabbed herself because Catherine is a psychotic bitch. I'm so mad. And then Jeremy was pissed. He's like, I'm gonna make her pay for what she's done. And I was like, what exactly can Jeremy do? Whatever. Okay, and then Catherine basically compelled Matt because she no longer has a werewolf, so she needs to another one. So she needs Tyler, and she needs Tyler to become a werewolf. Mason specifically told Jeremy that he doesn't want, before he died, he didn't want that kind of life for Tyler, and I can't really blame him. So he's kind of, he's kind of got a heart. And then, so she's telling him, she's like, you gotta get Tyler. I mean, get Tyler even if it kills you. Make sure he becomes a werewolf is basically what she was trying to tell him. And then, here's the freaking heartbreaking part, because my hopes and dreams of Stelina are like shredding. I want to cry. I always cry when I watch this episode. I hate when I cry. And it never fails. I always cry when I see this because it's like, I'm so passionate about this show. And anyways, I'd have to rewatch it, but they got to talking, and basically they're saying, you know what, Catherine wins. We're gonna break up because this is what's best for both of us. And they're being selfish, and they love each other so much that they just, they can't keep doing this. They can't sneak around like this. They just need to be over with. And I was bawling like a baby. I'm like, whatever. I was crying, and I still little tears in there. I was seriously going crazy. And, okay, so that was my review. I know it was super freaking spazzy, and I was all over the place. My emotions are like up, down. But that was my review, and so yeah, I hope that you liked Plan B. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm sorry. I don't know why you're even watching this video, but this is what I do. So yeah, I might make another review after I watch it again, because I watched the episode 2 or 3 times, and then, I might make another review, because it was really good, and I'm so excited for Masquerade next week. So excited. I pretty much, due to the promo pics, I've been seeing them floating around websites and stuff. I wasn't sure who was in the mask. Was it Elena? Was it Catherine? And I'm pretty much sure that most of those shots were of Catherine, because she's fucking psychotic. I mean, it has to be Catherine now dancing, because I mean now that Stefan and Elena are broken up, I'm assuming they're not going to have anything to do with each other. I hope they get back together, because I'm so sad. I feel like crying again. Okay, that's my review, guys. Okay.